Yo, what is going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing my first impressions on the sequel to Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War. Now, you know, if you've watched my videos for a couple of months, I've been so hyped for this game. I've made a couple of rant videos about the microtransactions, which is a huge talking point about the game, and I will get into that further on in the video. But without further ado, let's just jump in. So the first point I want to talk about really in this video is the story. Now, if you played Shadow of Mordor, the story was nothing to write home about, and it's kind of more of the same here. I've not fully completed the campaign, which is why I'm going to talk about that fully in my review, but the story is 3 times better than the original, and it was kind of impossible for it to not be better than the first one, because the story in that was goddamn all over the place, and where the game really shone was the Nemesis system. And again, more of the same here. The Nemesis system is fucking fantastic, and in my opinion, I don't think we've seen anything like this in any other single player game so far, and I'm a huge fan of The Witcher 3, and it doesn't have anything on this, in my opinion. In terms of what makes it different from the first one is the fortress system. Now, you can conquer fortresses from these orc overlords. There's a war chief, there's your captains, then there's your overlord. Once you overthrow the overlord, you then pick one of your orc followers to become the overlord of that castle, and depending on what their background is, say they're feral, they'll have feral banners dangling down, say they're obsessed with gold, they'll make the goddamn city gold, and that is just fucking awesome. I love little things like that in games, especially in RPGs, but for some reason everyone seems to be talking about the loot boxes. Now, again, I hate loot boxes, I fucking hate them, but they don't affect you as much in this game as games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I'm well pissed off about, because it's a single player game. Now, I'm not influencing loot boxes in any way, shape or form. I hate them, and I hate microtransactions, but just ignore them. Completely ignore them. They do not make a difference to the gameplay. All the orcs are obtainable by playing the fucking game, and if you're going to go and buy loot boxes with real money, you're just ruining an amazing game for yourself. It's literally for people who don't have time and they just want to waste money on a game which everything is obtainable. Like, why would you want to pay for legendary orcs when you can capture them and then brand them? Why? Why on earth would you want to do that? I can't understand that, guys, why people would want to spend money on something that takes away all the joy from the game. And one of the best parts of the game is interacting with these goddamn orcs that talk to you and then you capture them, and some of the banter you have with the orcs, you just can't fucking make that shit up. It's fucking hilarious. Now, one thing that's going to annoy you a fucking lot if you play PC. Now, I bought this on PC because I thought I want the best possible FPS and the best possible graphics settings down that. Now, that's not a dig at console players. I've got a PS4, and I just felt like if you've got both, it's the better game to purchase on PC. And with how open the Steam community is in regards to reviews, I looked at it, even with the loot box shine that's going around, it's still got mostly positive reviews. The first thing you're going to notice when you boot this game up is the key bindings. They are awful. The key bindings are the worst I've ever seen on any PC game. I don't know. The thing, you've got some goddamn claw hand where you can reach one end of your keyboard and then still manage to reach the other end of your keyboard with one fucking hand, because obviously your other hand's on the fucking mouse. I've got no idea who designed these key bindings, but you need firing because they're awful. So guys, the first thing you do when you boot this up on PC is you're going to want to rebind all the keys. And in most games, I don't even touch the key bindings, but in this, I had to change every single key. And the most annoying thing when you change a key is it rebinds. There's like 30 different abilities bound to one key, so it changes everything. Then you have to go through them all single-handedly and change them all, which is fucking annoying. And similar to the first one, but even more of an annoyance, is when you get killed by an unknown orc. Maybe he jumps in, gets the last final killing blow on you. Then he gets the Ranger Killer added on to the end of his name, and he gets promoted to a goddamn captain. I want that dude's blood. I went out of my way to hunt out so many fuckers who just killed me and got like, the last killing blow on me. And I haven't died many times in this. Compared to the first one, it is slightly easier, which, again, doesn't seem to be pushing you towards the crates as much as I thought it would. I thought it was going to be ridiculously hard, and they want you to push towards the crates to sell more and make the goddamn orcs you're getting crates overpowered to the ones in the game, but they're actually not. But there was this one dude who just wouldn't die, and this is the dude you've seen on screen now. He escaped every single time. 12 times I chased that dude. Then there was also another orc, which I recruited. He got killed, and then he came back. It was fucking alive. I was like, what the fuck? And then he betrayed me after he died, which I was already confused about. I killed him. He came back again. I killed him. He came back again. 7 times he came back. 7 times. And no fucking joke, on the 6th time, he killed me and he went to a legendary and his level just absolutely shot up. But every single time I could kill him, he had, I think it was called a weak head. You could shoot him once in the head and he got headshot and he kept dying. But he kept coming out with like nails and scars on his face. And the only way I realised to get rid of this fucker was to decapitate him. So if you're having that trouble with orcs coming back constantly, the only way to fully get rid of them is to decapitate them. Take the goddamn limbs off. Oh, they're gonna keep goddamn coming back. I mean, this dude was fucking relentless. Now, maybe this is just because I played it on release day, but these were some of the bugs I was getting, and the developers had no answers. I tweeted at them, no response. Honest to God, I was stuck in that shit for 20 minutes, and I didn't want to lose my goddamn progression, so I stayed there to see if I came undone. I didn't. I got killed and I had to start again, and I lost half my mission progress, which goddamn sucks. But I just thought I'd show you that because I know some of you will get a laugh out of that. In terms of fun though, this game is a 10 out of 10. I had a fucking blast, and the humour in this game, it is fantastic because there was no humour in the first one. But some of the orcs you'll meet in this will just have you goddamn pissing yourself. I mean, the first day I played, I spent 7 fucking hours straight on the game, and I can honestly tell you, I have not spent that long on a game in over 2 years. No game has sucked me in that much, and I'm not even a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so you don't have to be a huge Lord of the Rings fan to play this game. I've watched one of the films, but yeah, I felt so home in this game. The gameplay is just where it excels. The combat, anyone who's saying it's shit is fucking lying. I've seen lots of reviewers saying the combat is shit in this game. No, it's not. Stop fucking lying. The combat is superb. The amount of skills you can unlock in this game is crazy. The people saying that have obviously not got far enough in the game. One of the big YouTubers was worth a buy, and he said the combat was awful. Dude, what the fuck are you playing? That's fucking bullshit. The combat is awesome. Now, one thing I can agree with him on is the movement does feel a bit sloppy. You'll jump to left and you'll shoot to fucking right, which it gets you in a lot of sticky situations, especially if you're trying to escape from fuckloads of orcs chasing you and then you shoot the wrong way and they just pile on you and kill you. Now, I've only had that once before, but it feels a bit like Assassin's Creed, which I think you're going to get in a game like this with the free running. You're always going to end up going the wrong way. In any game what attempts to do parkour and free running similar to this, it always ends up the same and it always feels a bit clunky, but it's nothing enough to deter you from playing the game. The game is phenomenal. Another cool feature that was absent from the first game is that once you've got orc followers, you can make your orc followers duel each other, and it gives you an awesome spectator's view. So when you send them to duel, you can watch and see who kills them and how. And that reminds me of goddamn pit fighting. I love that shit. I love little things like that in games. And you can also send your orcs to duel other orcs. You can also send them to infiltrate a camp. So to infiltrate a fortress, they infiltrate a war chief. Then when you raid the fortress, they'll betray them and attack them halfway through the fucking siege, which is just fucking awesome. It's awesome to watch. The first siege will send goosebumps down your spine. After, it can get slightly repetitive, but every single raid is different. They give you so many different ways to approach it. Like, each different captain has his own specialities. Like, you can employ grogs, you can employ sappers, you can get axe swinging crazy fuckers. You can approach a siege in hundreds of different ways, and that's what makes each siege so unique. And lots of reviewers again lying, saying they all feel the same. They don't. There's so many different ways you can approach a siege. You can come in flying on a dragon, you can come in riding a caragor. There's just so many different ways, and it doesn't get boring. For me, it can get slightly repetitive, but each one felt different enough for me to justify playing. This dude right here, this is the infamous fucker who comes back 10 times. Comes out with a goddamn axe in his head. You know he's a crazy bastard when he comes out with an axe in his head and fucking nails in his face. That dude was goddamn a pain in my fucking ass. If you're wanting a short answer and you aren't wanting to watch my review, which is going to come out in a couple of days, if you have the money and you're a fan of RPG games, this is a must buy and a potential game of the year. Now, that is my first impressions, guys. As you can tell, mostly positive. I didn't have many bad things to say about the game. The only thing really is it can get slightly repetitive with the capturing of orcs, and the story is not the strongest, but it's still better than the last game. Now, if you want my full review, it will be out in a couple of days. Stay tuned for that. Short answer, buy this game. If you've got the money, it is a potential game of the year candidate. And so much fun. Just don't buy microtransactions. Ignore the fucking loot crates, because everything can be earned with in-game currency. You can even open the loot boxes with in-game currency. And you also get a couple of them gifted to you throughout the game. I think I've had 4 or 5 gifted so far. Thank you all for watching this far. If you did enjoy these first impressions, smash that thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. Hit me up in the comments. And follow me on my social media platforms, which are linked below. I love you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. Or not.
If I die, know I lived in missing bullets. I'm on the pursuit of happiness.